Remember the 2008 Sichuan earthquake? A terrifying force of nature, but also a brutal spotlight on what China calls a tofu-dreg construction. Shoddy, weak, and corrupt. Over 90,000 lives lost, thousands of children buried under school buildings that collapsed like wet paper. Fast forward today. You'd think China learned its lesson. But what if I told you nothing's changed? In fact, China's now exporting these dangerous construction practices globally. March 28, 2025, an earthquake hits Myanmar. Tremors reach Bangkok. One building collapses, and just one. Guess who built it? A Chinese company tied to the Belt and Road Initiative. But here's where it gets chilling. The very next day, 4 Chinese nationals sneak into the disaster zone, caught stealing construction blueprints. Chinese censors go into overdrive, wiping company websites and silencing citizens asking questions. Echoes of the Sichuan tragedy, once again buried. The official Chinese response, the building wasn't finished. But a few months earlier, the same company was celebrating the completion of its structure. So what's the truth? This wasn't just any building. It was a Belt and Road Initiative project, personally endorsed and funded by the Chinese Communist Party. Now, with corruption bubbling to the surface, the CCP wants to pretend it never happened. Thai investigators aren't buying the excuses. They arrested the 4 individuals who were smuggling out 32 documents, including blueprints. Their excuse? Insurance purposes. But Thai authorities call it evidence tampering. Even more damning, 30 forged engineer signatures, substandard steel bars. The culprits? 2 Chinese firms, Sichuan Steel and China Railway Null 10. Both are repeat offenders. Just last year, a crane collapse at Sichuan Steel's factory killed 7 workers. Months later, an explosion at another site killed 2 more. And on April 1st, days after the Bangkok collapse, they were ordered to shut down for failing safety inspection. China Railway Null, they subcontracted the project to another Chinese company. This is the BRI model in action. Loans from China. Chinese companies win contracts. Chinese workers do the job. The host country gets stuck with debt and often dangerous infrastructure. This isn't theory. It's happening. Tajikistan, $350 million in debt. China takes its gold and silver mines. Sri Lanka, $12 billion in debt. China seizes Hambantota port, tries to bring in military ships. India intervenes. Pakistan, $26 billion owed. Now facing blackouts as Chinese-run power plants shut down without upfront payment. The BRI was launched in 2013 as Xi Jinping's grand vision, the One Belt, One Road. Over $1 trillion pledged over 100 nations. But beneath the promises of development, political leverage, resource extraction, strategic dominance. Why do countries accept these loans? Imagine it like this. The World Bank offers a loan with strings, feasibility studies, audits, and transparency. China offers a blank check, perfect for corrupt leaders to build vanity projects, like Sri Lanka's $1 fun dollar. $4 billion port to nowhere in the president's hometown. It bankrupts the nation, enriches elites, and hands power to Beijing. And the pattern is spreading. Serbia. A newly renovated Chinese-built train station collapses. No earthquake. 15 dead. $64 million gone. No answers, but the tide is turning. Countries are waking up. BRI projects are being canceled. Debts are being renegotiated. And China's global ambitions are colliding with U.S. resistance. The U.S. is tightening trade rules, targeting countries China uses as backdoors for exports. 15% of China's goods are smuggled into America via third countries. That loophole closing fast. One former U.S. president said it bluntly. They took out American steel, aluminum, defense industries, but they've met a president who won't be intimidated. China's crumbling facade, from tofu-dreg buildings to debt-trap diplomacy, is being exposed. The world is watching, and nations are finally saying enough.